Japan is home to more than 90,000 people over the age of 100, giving it the world's highest concentration of centenarians. Meanwhile, in the United States, we pour billions into gym membership supplements and the latest fitness apps, yet, after 50 many, still face rising rates of chronic illness, aching joints, and slipping cognition. So, what exactly sets the Japanese apart? It isn't only about sushi or green tea, and it isn't simply good genetics. When researchers from Harvard Medical School and Stanford examined Japan's longest living adults, some well past 100 still mentally sharp, steady on their feet, and living independently, they uncovered a surprising pattern. Diet and conventional workouts weren't the decisive factors. The real difference lay in 6 humble daily movements, so understated that Western clinicians once waved them off as trivial until brain imaging balance assessments and joint evaluations told another story. Here's the twist. One of these movements practiced for just 2 minutes a day was associated with adding 7 years to lifespan. If you're 50 or older, and noticing stiffer knees, slower reaction time, or creeping brain fog, keep reading. You're about to learn 6 time-tested movement habits that may help you age the Japanese way, with clarity, stability, and strength, no pills, no equipment, and no sweat required. Before we dive in, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Number 1, the towel twist, a 2-minute reset that rewires your body. At first glance, it seems almost trivial. You pick up a towel and twist nothing fancy. Yet in Japan, this daily practice known as tenugui hibiki is often named by centenarians as their top strategy for staying strong, focused, and mobile well into their 90s. Here's the method. Raise a towel to shoulder height. With arms extended, apply a gentle outward pull as if you were trying to rip it. Then rotate your torso slowly to one side while keeping the hips square. Hold for 3 seconds, return to center and rotate to the opposite side, maintaining that outward tension the entire time. The continuous pull recruits deep stabilizers that typical workouts barely engage. Neuroimaging studies show this pattern lights up both hemispheres at once, sharpening coordination, memory, and reaction speed. Now, the outcomes over a 20-year follow-up of 15,000 older adults in Japan. Those who practiced the towel twist for just 2 minutes a day lived an average of 7 years longer. Their grip strength stayed above the threshold for independent living into their 90s, and their bone density is measured closer to people 20 years younger. Practical tip: perform the sequence right after waking and again before bedtime. You'll bookend the day with activation and recovery, soothing the nervous system while priming the brain. No gym and no fuss, just you. A towel and 2 focused minutes that can make a profound difference. Number 2, floor sitting transitions your daily longevity check. In Japan, spending time on the floor is ordinary life meals, tea television, and that means standing down on the floor and back up many times a day. What many Westerners overlook is that this simple act of lowering and rising may be one of the clearest indicators of how well you're aging. A large-scale investigation from the University of Tsukuba tracked more than 10,000 older adults and found that those who could sit on the floor and return to standing without using their hands showed markedly stronger, lower body power, greater joint mobility, better cognitive performance, and most striking, a lower risk of death over the following 6 years. Why is this so powerful? The movement isn't only muscular, it is also neurological. The transition challenges coordination, core control, spatial awareness, and motor planning capacities that tend to fade quietly after 50. The good news: practicing the skill can help slow and even reverse that decline. Here's a practical way to begin. Ease yourself into a kneeling position with the support of a chair or low stool. From there, practice rising back to standing using assistance as needed. Just 2 to 3 repetitions per day can gradually build noticeable strength and confidence. Tip: work on a yoga mat or carpet to reduce pressure on the joints. This isn't a flexibility contest. It's about safeguarding independence, because the day getting up from the floor becomes impossible is the day daily life stops feeling like it's yours. Number 3, single leg standing balance that builds the brain. In Japan, physicians don't only write prescriptions, they also recommend a simple drill stand on one leg for 1 minute twice a day. It may sound trivial, but the data tells a different story. A 15-year investigation from Fukuoka University that tracked 12,000 older adults found that daily single-leg standing correlated with 68% fewer hip fractures, 75% fewer hospitalizations from falls, and greater gray matter volume in brain regions governing balance and coordination. What's happening under the hood? When you balance on one foot, your body fires off hundreds of micro corrections each minute, engaging the ankles, hips, core, and the vestibular system of the inner ear. Your brain responds to increasing activity as it stabilizes posture and orientation. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic even suggest that one-leg balance performance predicts longevity better than cholesterol or blood pressure. Here's a safe way to begin: stand beside a wall or sturdy counter. Lift one foot just 1 to 2 inches from the floor, fix your gaze on a steady point, and breathe normally. Aim for 20 to 30 seconds per side if that feels comfortable. Progress by closing your eyes or standing on a folded towel to introduce gentle instability. Many Japanese seniors pair this with a daily routine, such as brushing their teeth, turning a basic habit into a built-in longevity practice. Tip: as your control improves, add slow head turns or deliberate arm movements. These variations push your nervous system to adapt in real time, boosting neuroplasticity. In a single mindful minute, you're training both body and brain. And if time is your excuse, remember, you already brush twice a day. Use those moments to help future-proof your balance and cognition. Number 4, deep squat, rest the lost human posture. Stroll through a Tokyo park, and you may notice something striking: men and women in their 70s and 80s, relaxing in a deep squat, heels planted spine, tall, chatting with friends, reading, even tending a bonsai. Now compare that to the United States, where many people over 50 can't maintain a deep squat for more than 10 seconds if they can get there at all. The issue isn't only tight muscles. It's a posture we abandoned for one simple reason: chairs. In Japan, floor sitting and squatting aren't workouts, they're everyday living. That's exactly why they're so potent. A 12-year study following more than 5,000 older adults found that those able to hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower likelihood of requiring assisted living. Their hips stayed supple, knees resilient, and independence intact. From a biomechanical viewpoint, deep squatting takes the hips through their full range of motion, strengthens the pelvic floor, vital for bladder control, gently decompresses the spine, preserves ankle mobility, and nourishes the joints. Getting started is simple practice near a wall or sturdy chair for support. If your heels lift, slide a small rolled towel beneath them. Aim for 20 to 30 seconds at a time, a few sessions per day, and build gradually. This is far more than a stretch. It's your body relearning how it was meant to rest, restore, and realign without leaving the ground. Regain this posture, and you may never look at sitting the same way again. Number 5, radio taiso, the 3-minute morning ritual that gets an entire country moving. At precisely 6:30 a.m., a gentle piano tune drifts across Japan's national airwaves. It isn't a news bulletin or weather update. It's the cue for millions, from school kids to office workers to grandparents, to rise and move together. This practice is radio taiso, a smooth 3-minute sequence of 13 light coordinated stretches, first introduced in 1928 and still woven into daily life today. Don't think of it as a hard workout. There's no sweating, no planks, no downward dog. Instead, the routine flows continuously: arm circles to the front, forward bends, side reaches, and easy knee lifts, graceful rhythmic motions, almost like Tai Chi with an easy smile. In a study including more than 8,000 older adults, daily radio taiso was linked with 40% fewer falls, a 55% reduction in chronic back pain, and preserved hip and shoulder range of motion well into the 8th decade. Why does it help so much? These gentle repetitions oil the joints by stimulating synovial fluid, the body's natural lubricant. Without that circulation, stiffness creeps in quickly after 50. And the commitment is tiny. The full routine lasts just 3 minutes and 15 seconds. You can do it barefoot in pajamas right in the kitchen, no gear required. Pro tip: perform it immediately upon waking when natural growth hormone levels are highest and muscles respond most readily. It's more than stretching. It's daily renewal carried out one breath and one simple movement at a time. Number 6, the art of slow walking known as Sampo. Set aside the usual idea of walking for exercise. This isn't power strides, playlists, or chasing calorie counts. Sampo is a calm, mindful practice embraced by many older adults in Japan each morning, and it may be one of the most overlooked health rituals in today's medical world. In Sampo, you move at roughly half your normal pace. There is no rushing or pavement pounding, only a gentle, intentional cadence paired with a simple breath. Rhythm: inhale over 2 steps, pause for 2 steps, exhale over 4 steps. That's the entire method. The impact, however, can be profound. Coordinating steps with breath helps align cardiovascular and nervous system activity, sharpens mental clarity, reduces blood pressure, and steadies balance by awakening deep, stabilizing muscles. A decade-long investigation from Kyoto University reported that older adults who practice Sampo daily showed 62% lower arterial stiffness and carried themselves with the smooth, efficient gait of people 2 decades younger. The reason is deceptively simple: moving, slowly, truly slowly, lets each foot fully articulate with the ground. The step rolls from heel to arch to toe, bringing all 33 joints of each foot into play. Those rich sensory signals retrain balance pathways in the brain, including regions that tend to decline with age. You won't see this featured in a typical gym routine, and you won't break a sweat. Yet, after several weeks, many people describe feeling more centered, calmer, and physically secure. A practical way to begin is with 10 minutes on natural surfaces such as grass or packed dirt. Sidewalks are fine, but gentle, irregular terrain recruits more muscles. Remember, this is more than a stroll. It is a daily tune-up for body and mind that countless Japanese use to start the day, and you can adopt it too. Begin exactly where you are if you're managing joint discomfort, unsteady balance, old injuries, or years of inactivity. Take a breath. You're not behind. You're beginning, and that's what counts. These practices aren't about flawless form. They're about showing up with consistency and purpose. Keep these safety notes in mind. Work near a wall, countertop, or solid chair so you have support. Start with the standing options first, such as Sampo or the towel twist. For deep squats or getting down to and up from the floor, add cushions or props until your body adjusts. Above all, pay attention to your signals. Pain isn't progress. If you have specific issues, consult your doctor or a physical therapist. Aging well isn't about grinding harder. It's about moving wisely day after day. You don't have to relocate to Japan to age the way many Japanese do. You just need to move with intention. What you've seen today isn't a fitness program, a passing fad, or a promise to reverse time. It's a return to the natural patterns of human movement we gradually abandon in a life of chairs, screens, and constant convenience. These 6 practices fit into less than 15 minutes a day. They don't demand sweat willpower or pricey gear. What they do ask for is a shift in mindset from battling age to working with it intelligently. Here's the real insight: older adults in Japan don't keep up these habits because they're chasing immortality. They do it to live well, clear-minded, strong, and self-reliant for as long as life gives them. You can begin with just one movement, 1 minute, 1 decision. That small start can ripple into years of better balance, sharper cognition, and renewed vitality. Now, I want to hear from you. Which movement resonated most? Have you practiced any of them before, or are you planning to start today? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read each one and reply when I can, because aging isn't something we suffer through. It's something we can approach with wisdom and care.